All right, so we got the season 4 finale. Now, I didn't hate this finale. As far as finales go, it was all right, I guess. I guess it was good. But there's a lot of things I want to criticize about it, to be honest. So this picks up where we left off in the diner. That was a little dumb. I think Ian should have popped one of them, and then the other guy turns to Ian, shoots at him, pins Ian down, and then Mike comes out and takes out the last guy. I think that would have been a better way to play that. But overall, I'm happy with how they handled this scene. I'm glad they didn't spend 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes of fighting in this diner. Maybe the waitress takes a bullet and they have to focus on her, so only two guys can shoot back or one guy can shoot back. So I'm glad it didn't go that route. I'm glad they kind of wrapped it up. I just think that was kind of dumb, the way Ian said, hey, surprise, motherfucker, type of thing. He should have popped one and then, got their attention, the other one's attention that way. I think that would have been a better way to play it, but that's a little nitpicky, I admit.
Scorched earth.
Yeah.
Kingstown and Detroit aligned. You take out Bogota inside and out.
I'm a little confused by that line when Bunny says him and Detroit. I don't see how they're still allied. I guess there's nothing that really ties Bunny to anything that happened with Frank. It was already stupid that Frank went by himself to go kill that guy. To say that he was just so filled with rage and wanted revenge so bad is kind of a cop-out, because he's at war with the cartel. There's no way a kingpin is going anywhere by himself, regardless of the situation. Frank's been around too long in the game to not understand what's at stake, to be traveling alone. And his guys should have spoke up more. It wouldn't have happened. So it was already pretty dumb of Frank to go there by himself to take that guy out, and then he got arrested. But how does Frank not know that Mike was behind it? And wouldn't he put out word like, hey, it's kind of sketchy? Because Mike was standing at the police station when Frank was brought in, and he knows how tight Mike is with the cops. And Mike just revealed to him in the previous episode, I know that you put a hit out on Bunny. I know that you're the one that backstabbed him with Lamar. So I don't see how Frank would not put all these pieces together. So I don't understand that line of Bunny saying us in Detroit are going to go scorched earth. I don't understand how there's still an alliance there. Maybe there's something I missed along the episode that explained that away. If that's the case, then I guess I just didn't catch it. So I don't understand it. It's a little confusing. It's a little too convenient, a little too easy, in my opinion.
I must say, I was surprised when they told me you clocked in today.
Yeah, well, I got mouths to feed.
Given what you went through, I'm not going to dock your pay.
It's better I keep occupied, ma'am.
I know that feeling. I do. No one takes easy to killing. It disturbs the soul.
This was a pretty interesting scene. I took it as the warden was assuming that Cindy's the one that is leaking the intel just by the glances she was given. I mean, Cindy has been leaking intel, but not regarding the shipments, which is what the warden is mostly focused on, finding the rat for that. Now, I was wrong about Cindy. I thought she was just going to be a little character for something bad to happen to her. They kept leaning towards the rapey guy was going to do something. In my opinion, I thought that's what they're building up. And then I guess they subverted expectations just based off of what my perspective was. Either way, I'm pretty sure that the warden is on to Cindy as connected to Mike and giving intel to him. So if those glances weren't about the shipment, then they were definitely about, like, I'm on to you or I got my eye on you. And I think Cindy's feeling the pressure there as well.
I'm unarmed. I'm surrendering.
Motherfucker! Down on the ground! Down on the fucking ground right now, piece of shit!
Oh, call off the hunt. I surrender.
So another thing I was wrong about, I thought Callahan was going to be the season 5 villain. I thought this was really lame, really convenient. Why would he turn himself in? I guess, I understand that inside the prison, he's going to be the head honcho. He's going to be untouchable in a way. I get all that, but what did he accomplish? What did he escape for? Just to kill Tracy? That was his whole goal? I know he sent the hit squad after Mike in the diner. I get all that, but that failed. He was listening to the radio, and he knew that it failed because he said God help the missing third guy, because he knew he sent 3, but there was only reports of 2 that were killed. So I don't understand. He stayed in Kingstown. He could have left. They kept mentioning he has connections in Canada. He could have kept running his empire and really tried to keep getting revenge on Kyle and Mike. He still could have been doing that. So I do not understand. I mean, I do. In my opinion, this was just convenience to move the plot along, Taylor Sheridan style. So I thought this was lame. Not because I was wrong that I thought he was going to be season 5 villain. I think it would have played out better if he was, because it all started with him and Mike, according to the lore, in prison. So him being there, and that's also me assuming that season 5 is the last season of the show. But I just think it's late, because it's like, what did he do? I understand he killed Tracy, but like, what did he actually? He escaped and did what? He killed one of his own guys in the house, to send a message, I guess. He sent a hit squad that failed, and he killed Tracy. Which is significant, but not really, because it doesn't stop Kyle or Mike. So I don't know. I already said it. I thought this was pretty lame.
Look at me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Now, it was no surprise that this guy was taken out. He was let go. He was freed by Bunny, but Bunny said, you have one more thing to do. So I knew that was foreshadowing, because he was happy. And I figured he was going to be discovered as being the rat for the shipment. One way or another, I knew he was going to be taken out. So I'm not surprised by this. I guess the way they did it was kind of shocking. Again, I say often with Taylor Sheridan, his plot devices, convenience, and shock value. So they gave us that. His plot purpose was served. So they just ended his character, gave us some kind of gruesome death, for shock value. So I can't say that this was lame, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, I knew he was going to be taken out. This really doesn't mean much. It was just kind of lazy. I wouldn't say lame, but it was lazy. It was just like his purpose has been served. So let's just end him and let's give the viewers the death. I got to be honest, I am way over this Terminator Sicario guy. I get it. He's stoic. He's calm because he's so good at his job. He's in that life. He's probably been in it since he was like 12 years old, and he's earned his way up the ranks. He's done a lot of kills. He's managed a lot of shady operations. So he's calm under pressure. He's a sociopath. I get all that, but I'm over it. It's like, just because he's calm and collected and skilled and everything doesn't mean he can just, I don't know, special ops his way out of every situation. The plot armor on this guy is ridiculous. He's survived everything. When we first see him in the car, everybody else is getting shot at in the car and they're all dead, but he was laying down, and you see he gives a smirk. This is way back, and then the hit squad with the flamethrowers in the little apartment build, or the complex that they were in. He survived that. He survived the hit that Bunny sent where he got captured. And then now he's survived this torture scene as well. I think it's ridiculous. It's like, I get it. He's a badass Sicario. He's good at his job. He's stoic and all this stuff. And he's going to handle business. But just give me a fucking break. Like, I'm over this character. It's pretty much all I got to say about that. So I'm a little torn on this, because I'm really glad that Kyle was the one that took him out. I mean, what do you say? Do you want Kyle to torture him more? He shot him in the nuts. I had said a few episodes ago that maybe they cut off his dick and balls and shove him down his throat like he did to one of his own men, like Callahan did to one of his own men. But I mean, what else do? You set him on fire, you shoot his kneecaps, shot his balls, and then ended him. So I mean, what again? What else can you do? Just get more torture out of it. I'm just glad that Kyle's the one that ended him. Now, what took away from this for me is what I mentioned earlier. Is I thought it was super lame that Callahan turned himself in. I don't understand it. I thought that he could have tried to do more since he was free. I guess the walls were closing in on him, but by him staying in Kingstown, he didn't even really try to get away. The cops had no idea he was in Kingstown, had no idea where he was at. His men are loyal. They weren't going to give it up. That one guy let it slip, and Mike was able to determine, oh, he meant that Callahan's still in Kingstown by what he said. But why is he still in Kingstown if, he sent that hit squad? He could do that from anywhere. Once that failed, I don't know. Either way, that's what kind of took a little of this out for me is, again, I won't say this was lame, just the entire thing is lame with Callahan. So, but I am glad that Kyle got the kill. Got some extra bullets in there as well, which was cool. So overall, this finale, I wouldn't say I hated it. It wasn't totally great. I guess it was good. Again, with Taylor Sheridan, I criticized a lot. So I just view his stuff as if I'm entertained. I try to set aside how stupid things are, which is real hard, by the way. But overall, does an hour fly by or 45 minutes fly by? And I'm like, all right, I was entertained. Time to go on with my day. I don't regret watching the episode. That's usually where I start saying something sucked. But it was all right. Not too bad. I'm not going to say it was shit. I'm not going to say it was great. I'll say it was good. It was kind of forgettable. Maybe not forgettable, because there is stuff that can be talked about. So, as far as all the other finales combined, I'd have to think about that, where I rate this as the 4 seasons go. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for stopping by.